That's obviously what they want.
I'll soon find out if I've still got it on private or not.
Come on, Roxanne.
Sorry, my darlings. Right, we're live again. We're back. I'm just double checking now to see if we are actually live and people can actually watch us, because if we're not, then that's not a very good thing, is it, guys? So yeah, with a bit of luck, we're live. It's just gone 11 o'clock. We're back for round 2. We had a minor hiccup there, but I'm glad to say that we're back. I'm with Harry, Dave, and Jason for a synopsis of the Globe Live tour in Swindon today. I've just played a synopsis of the amazing clips. Dave, you letting the whole of Swindon know that they've been lied to. Harry, some really interesting interactions from you, and Jason, some really interactions from you. We were just kind of chiming on the amount of time this tour's been going and where the tour's at just now and where the tour's going to be at a week from now. The tour's got 7 days left. 7 days and slightly more than 7 locations, because you guys are doubling up on a couple of days. So we've got 7, but just under 10 locations left to do. And we were just at the point of asking you guys where we're at now, you know, X amount of locations down the road, 7 weeks down the road on the tour. Where are we now that we weren't 7 weeks ago?
Well, I think we were all a feeling of satisfaction. It's been a roaring success. We just feel that it's gathered steam the further down the road we go. And we've been really, really happy about the reception that we're getting overall. We think this next week is going to be filled with exciting moments from Hyde Park tomorrow to the accumulation of the final day. And we're all really upbeat, we're all really refreshed and looking forward to that. Very exciting.
Me too. There's going to be a lot of us there. In fact, it's going to be nice to have just more than a few people there. You know, Jason, yourself included. Ruben's going to be there as well. Dave, you're going to be there. You know, it's been a while since I've been there. It's been a few weeks since I've been there. How do you feel it's going to go, Dave? Because you've been there a lot more often. As you said, you've kind of kept the pace up and gone there. How do you feel tomorrow's going to be?
Well, I mean, going there on my own, there isn't, or just a few of us. Good old Barry's been down there a good old few times from Wolverhampton. What a people he is. But I think that the experience of being on tour with these guys and how it's been the times when we've come there sort of with a bit of a group and the big banners and so on and made a bit of a show, is that we can really do a lot more as collectively than perhaps I've been able to do on my own. So I'm really looking forward to doing that. I wanted to say that on the tour, I think we've seen such a shift from the very beginning to where we are now in terms of the way that we are all engaging with members of the public, and that what we are delivering is becoming a more concise and more tight, delivery of information and more controlled managing of the intercourse. Did I just say intercourse?
Oh, we know that.
Yeah, the interaction between the two people or groups of people. So that's, I think, one of the remarkable things about it, aside from the growing energy and so on, is that we and therefore others who are doing what we're doing or seeing what we're doing and sharing it and growing from it are being able to sort of be encouraged to open up a whole lot more and give a whole lot more and make it a more positive interaction.
Yeah, well said. I mean, I think this tour conclusively has started a positive wave of conversation anyway about what, questioning what people have been taught in the first place. And for me, I envisaged that from the get-go. I feel that, I know that you guys can relate to this, is that, we had this common sense of purpose to want to start a wave of conversations, not just in London, not just in Birmingham, not just in Manchester, but across the whole of the UK, Ireland included, the top parts of Scotland, all the way down to the most southerly parts of England. Do you feel that we've been successful in that so far?
Well, yeah. I think we've been extremely successful. I think when we first discussed this tour, we weren't even ourselves sure that we could pull this off. This was going to be one of the biggest organized. Yeah, well, I have to say organized. Yeah, I mean, like, to get the camper together, to raise enough fuel to get round, and it's been a mammoth task to pull this off. To start from the beginning, I think we were very unsure about could we finish. So to go down to Cornwall, of course, I had to leave the tour for a little while, for Harry to carry on, and kept it all together when there was times when, you know, with the van breaking down. And we've had lots of problems through the tour. It become necessary to raise more. It was very urgent to raise more funds. You know, there was an awful lot of expense to go into putting this together. So we had times that we were very unsure ourselves, could we finish and pull this off? But Harry's kind of like kept it all together to get up to Scotland and back down again, where I've joined the tour. And I think now we can see the finish line. A lot's happened. I imagined Harry could do with a rest, but I had a few, a few weeks ago, I could do with actually carrying on a bit. I'm not ready to go, to be honest. We could, where else could we go, Harry? So, yeah.
I feel you on that. I feel a little bit somber. I feel a bit somber that it's coming to an end. I'm a bit like, really? Is it only a week left to go already? I feel like I want it to carry on somehow. It's a shame it can't.
Yeah, somebody said in the comment section, said, I know it's hard, I know it's really hard, but please don't stop, don't end this.
Yeah.
That people wanted to continue.
Yeah, it will be a sad day as well as a triumph as well on the 3rd, but it will be a sad day as well. You know, I think we've done well. We've met some amazing flat earthers. God, we have been keeping tabs on writing a few of the names down, but I think we've met so many, and some of the people. I hope that a lot of these people that we've met, and although we can't remember everybody's names and to say in the chat, I hope that people are viewing or will view and meet us again on the 3rd. Come down and introduce yourself again, and you know, like, we can reminisce exactly what we've done together, all of us. And
they're such a big part of the tour.
They really are.
Like Roxanne was saying, people's tour. I really feel that's exactly what it is. It's about people feeling included and part of what we're doing. And it's been so nice for us to feel that it's not us and them, it's we, because everybody else is taking keen interest, donating, giving up their time, and viewing and commenting. And so I've felt really part of a bigger picture here, not just the people in the van. I feel such a connection to the other people who are regularly in the chat, regularly moderating, and, like, you know, John THOR, who's been out twice in the van, but I also feel he's still there. He's putting out links, voting in the channel, being a moderator, so still very inclusive of people who are not actually on the bus now, but I still feel they're there in spirit and support. And it's a big family, I feel.
Guys, can I?
Yeah, that's going through the tour.
As a trip goes on,
And it is in a way, it's like things are as each week passes, things just grow in different areas, improve in different areas. You know, the buy-in from people seems to be, you know, growing online.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
So it's perhaps it's, you know, it's crescendoing at the right time, and it's a good place for it to end and so on. But sometimes, yeah, it does feel a little bit, you know, unfortunate when a good thing has to come to an end.
Yeah. Would you guys humour me for a minute, please? Because Lifting the Lid uploaded a new piece of content displaying a bunch of highlights from the tour right up to Oxford. And I thought that would be a nice way to wrap up the hangout this evening. So I won't play it just now because I know there's bits of information that we want to give out for tomorrow, the links that are in the description stuff. But I thought it'd be a nice way to wrap up the hangout. And then as soon as the clips are finished at the end, we'll draw the hangout to a close. I thought that would be a nice way to finish it, if that's all right with you guys.
Lovely, great, yeah. Lovely.
So obviously tomorrow, the Globe Live tour will be at Hyde Park, London, Speaker's Corner, as of lunchtime onwards. The Globe Live crew will attempt to be there for as long as they possibly can. And, you know, come one, come all, if you know you're not on a ball. Real talk, if you're within proximity of London and you can get there within reason, we urge you all to come out and have your 2 cents worth out on the streets with people that are there shopping for these discussions. Yeah, that's what the whole sole purpose of going to Speaker's Corner is, to either hear or, you know, be heard. And that's what we're going there tomorrow to do, to be heard. And we're going to try and do that in the most monumental way possible, as it's part and part of the tour this time. We're not just there as, you know, a few individuals just there on one common purpose for a quiet conversation with people. This is part of the biggest awakening tour that's happened in the UK, the first of its kind that's ever happened in the UK. When Ruben first saw the camper van, the first words he said to me was, "That needs to go in a museum. That's a museum piece. That's going down in history."
We'll have to buy it first.
You know,
before they scrap it, mate, so just hang on a few months.
But, you know, it's not been done before. This is a pioneering activism tour of awareness for a very, very important truth, the most important truth of the biggest lie ever told. Yeah. And you know, if we can't get people to slow down and just question what they've been taught, then, you know, carry on, Dave.
That's absolutely right, Ruben. You know, it is a museum piece because it's so true that this is such, you know, we kind of have I laughed and made a bit of a joke, but it is like the gateway truth, this flat earth thing. It's the gateway drug to knowing so much about the deception and the truth about what we might be. And for me, none of the squabbling that happens down at Speaker's Corner, none of it is ever going to get people to the truth. None of it. Those people are fighting each other over things that will lead them nowhere. The earth truth is the beginning. It's like finally you're playing on a flat surface. You're playing on a chessboard. You're playing on a football pitch. You're playing on a basketball pitch, as you should be. You're not playing on the ball anymore. Once you've got your feet on firm ground, you can start to make a head or tail of this world. People are so lost. People are telling me they do not know up from down. There is no up. There is no down. There is no one truth. You know, I have my truth and you have your truth. This is all the sorts of bullshit that people are spewing because they have absolutely no idea of what and who they are, and what and who this is. So what Harry has started here, and Jason has been involved in starting is something of a truly epic. And you know, I know we sometimes overuse superlatives, but it is truly epic. It is truly unique and a trailblazing moment in the history of our current human story. And if we light these fires in other places, in other hearts and so on, then yes, this may well be a milestone turning point moment that you know is always remembered as a big step forward in our truth story.
I love the comment that Adam Meakin just made. He said, "Hell yeah, I'm already planning the tales for my grandkids for when I met up with the first ever UK Flat Earth tour."
Thank you, Adam.
Absolutely love that. Well said. Absolutely well said. Yeah, it is. It's the most important truth. And I think this is the first wave in many. And like I said, I'm gutted it can't carry on. But I think it's just all the more important that we, you know, we get our heads together and find something that can work next year, where more of us can get out there, more of us can get this done, you know, consistently throughout the year. 2 months is a long time to go on the roads. What do we think about 2 months on the roads in retrospect now? Do we think 2 months is feasible in one go?
Sorry.
It's okay.
I think absolutely, because we've learned so much on this trip, a maiden voyage, where if there was another trip, I think we can cut a lot of the problems out, or at least have solutions already there before we're on the trip. And I think we can make it a lot easier for 2 months. I think if we were going to do that, we'd have somebody, the constant driver, as Jason mentioned today,
Coordinator,
and a coordinator on the bus, a driver and coordinator doing all the administration. There's lots to do with administration, accountability, monies and receipts, and you've got to do that at the end of the day when you're tired, and you have to do editing and organising with so many emails and
accommodation,
communication, YouTube, Facebook. Oh, I could go on. But I think if we had somebody on the bus who could do the administration, and a driver, full-time driver, that would relieve so much pressure. Where 2 months would be a breeze.
Yeah. Sorry, my dog's just trying to trouble me here. It's just completely I've lost my train of thought there. Oh, I knew what I was going to say. Sorry, Kenny's just completely come and disturbed my train of thought.
I would actually, I would do it for 2 months. I know I haven't done it. I would definitely see. Yeah, I feel Carrie could probably go on longer if he'd said 10 weeks at the start or 12 weeks, he'd still be doing it in the bloody freezing cold. He'd be there, snow falling down on him, and trying to give Santa Claus a globe.
Leave it. Leave it.
Love it. So there's scope for room on the next tour then, guys. There's a lot of room for scope, yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm loving that. I've got a question for you, Jason, specifically. Yeah? Tapper wants to know specifically, okay, can we have some specifics? I know it's a little bit long in advance. Can you please tell Tapper what time they're going to hit up Newport, please?
I think the foggiest, Tapper. Thank you.
All right, on a double day, when do you hit up the first location on a double day, and when are you normally at the second location on a double day?
Okay, 11 o'clock.
Okay. I was thinking about this before, though, and so this is on the fly right now because I haven't discussed this with Harry. So so bear with us because it's not set. This isn't in concrete, so he might say no first.
Okay.
I thought because we want to be coming back as well, would it pay for us to go to do Swansea first and then Newport on the way back?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Would that make more sense?
Yeah.
So there you go. So we're in agreement. Swansea first.
Okay, so Swansea will be in the morning and Newport will be in the afternoon.
I think it makes sense because then we'll run back out.
And hopefully we can start the first day about 11ish.
About 11.
Then finish 1, 2, and go on to Newport.
Yeah. Very similar to the way we did Ipswich and Chelmsford, although we did get caught out in traffic when we did that one. Yeah. We lost an hour, didn't we?
We lost longer.
Yeah.
Felt like 2 hours.
Aww. So go on.
Although we're giving those times, it all depends on traffic, basically. Yeah.
The school holidays are just ending now. I think we'll try and make it a little bit better.
Or worse.
Understood.
Yeah.
Understood. And for tomorrow, Speaker's Corner, what time can I expect to see you three there? Or should people just look out for the big camper? What's good?
Hopefully about midday.
Yeah.
Yeah, midday. Lovely. I'll be there about midday as well. I'm going to, attempt to get there from my ends. I think Ruben is going to be there at around midday as well. And so for everyone else that's looking to come down, we'll be there from about midday onwards. And if you do live within proximity of London and you can get, there within easy reach, or even if you want to make a longer pilgrimage, we're reaching out to you all. Come and have your 2 cents worth and come and speak.
Yeah, I was even thinking that because the press are going to be there, perhaps you've asked in writing to park authorities as a promotional, could we park the van there as part of the press
Well, we can ask. If you don't ask, you don't get, right? We should ask, yeah. See if we can get the press to help us with that. Stop it, Kenny, I'm talking. Yeah.
Part the bus there, that would be just amazing if you park the bus there.
Mm.
No worries.
If we're explaining to authorities, we're not driving anywhere, it's just going to sit there as part of a press conference, sorry for the press, and then we'll take it out from the park as soon as, well, we can say that. But, if we had it, that would be absolutely amazing.
Yeah, we can only.
It will be absolutely amazing. And we will be there from midday tomorrow. All of the links for how you can donate are in the description. All of the links for all three guys that you can see there, Dave, Jason, and Harry, are in the description as well. I've got Lifting the Lids in the description, John Thor, Chris UK, quite a few channels in the description as well. I've got FE Stark, Globe Lie in the description, Flat Earth 101, Flat Earth Podcast. It's like a one-stop shop for red pilling happiness.
Perhaps we could give a call to the press in the morning to see if they could advise us on that, or they could help request that we do.
Yeah, I'm on it. I'm on it, Harry. I'm happy to do that. And is there anything you guys want to say before we wrap up for the evening? Because I'm going to play this video from Lifting the Lid.
Just how important the donations are still coming in. We're still struggling to make each week, so and we've got a lot of other expenses to cover. So thank you for all the donations from everybody. People are coming in. We really appreciate and rely upon it. So thank you.
Yeah. And I thought I'd just throw this one out. We got petrol before, and I went to pay for the petrol. So I went to Harry was filling up, and then I was talking and flat smacking the attendant, and I was having a good conversation, and things were going really well, and she's really interested. I run back out, grabbed a leaflet, went back in, and she was really interested in that. And then Harry comes in, grabs me on the shoulder and says, "Has he been talking about flat earth? I'm his probation officer." Really seriously, give me a heart attack. Drag me out.
I said, he only gets 8 for the day. That's him. He won't get anything.
Oh, what are you like? Oh, you guys, man. Why couldn't someone get that on camera? That would have been good for a little comedy sketch.
It probably is, but it would be on the petrol station CCTV.
They used to not pay for the petrol, and they would have sent us the film free of charge.
I love it. I love it. Well, I've got this lovely clip to play for you guys now. And then obviously after the clip, I'll wrap everything up and we'll end for the night. All right. So this will be the last thing we do this evening. And then we will come into the chat room after and say goodnight to everybody. So if you just bear with me just now, I'm just going to do that. And then move it there. And then do that. Okay, hopefully you can all see what I can see. Yeah.
And thank you very much.
Lovely, lovely. So this is from Lifting the Lids, and this is the tour highlights up to Oxford. So
yeah, they can't see.
If someone's grown up with something and that's their truth for 30, 40, 50, 60, 80 years of their life, they're not going to let that go easily, because it's demoralizing. It's also taking away from their ego as well.
Well, I think you just hit it. I think it's the ego that prevents people admitting, or I believe everything I was told.
They feel they lived a lie for their life, That's a pretty sad feeling, isn't it?
Yeah, but then it could be empowering and exciting as well.
I think it's mindset as well, as you said. Mindset makes
it.
Yeah.
I'm a primary school teacher. I've told other kids that. Are you? Oh, you're the third teacher I've met who are starting to question this and say, should I be telling the children this?
Well, actually, I left teaching because of it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Wow. Really, respect to you then.
Well, it's a very big problem, and I think what you're doing is very impressive.
Do you think we're the only planet?
Nobody's been to space.
Do you think we're the only planet?
No, I don't think we're a planet.
You don't think we're a planet?
No.
Do you think space exists?
No.
So you think we are the only thing existing
Do you think this?
No, I didn't say that. I said space doesn't exist.
To be fair, there is.
Can I ask you what your response is?
I'm not flat earther. I have been since 2014.
Can I shake your hand? Are you on YouTube? Do you mind if my YouTube channel? Oh, since when have you been a flat earther?
Well, my brother opened me up to about 2014.
Oh, wow.
So a few years.
So you're obviously potty.
If
You are a fool, and you're fooling yourself. You're a fool. You've got to admit it. You're a fool. You're an idiot.
No,
I'm a flat earther. You get what happened.
I'm sure.
10 years.
10 years. Wow.
Do you know how I come across it? I'm a photographer, so I was filming. And a P90X. It's Sony. It's a H1. Obviously, the ship was going to go over the horizon.
Yeah.
So I had to scout the camera and obviously zoomed on this boat that I couldn't see with my eyes. I was like, hang on, that's going to be over the horizon. I should be able to see that. And that's when I started swimming a little bit. I was like, hang on, that's a bit weird. So
I pray Heavenly Father that the God of this universe will just open his eyes to real truth, and that you will just gradually, or however you do it, will just help him to see what is really.
Yeah, it's amazing. They're both a lovely couple, and they're hearing, discussing death, and they see flat everywhere. So now they do. So guys, what do you think? Is it flat? Flat. Thank you very much, you both. Thank you. Saying that there's historical documents of historical experiments by Nicholson Morley, Halley's failure, Sagnac.
I haven't read anything like that.
Okay. They all went to measure the moving of the Earth because they believed it did, but they all had to conclude, written scientific literature, that the Earth does not move.
That the Earth does not move. Okay.
But that's not taught in schools. You got
It's weird because all they just try and teach facts, don't they?
well,
And if it's not
I
true,
question that. I question what the
but you
result.
can't. I mean, let's
facts.
be honest with you. You've got people in America who don't believe in evolution, don't they? And
Because people here don't believe in evolution.
bigger use based in America. But how? I'm sorry, I can't do this. It's too ridiculous words. I shouldn't have been giving you that. Thank you.
For me, I feel empowered.
Yes. Good.
How I feel is that, yeah, I do genuinely. I feel grateful, and it was that chance listening to you on, with Jeremy Vine, and having the tenacity. So, yeah, I'm going to actually, look into this and see what's going on and see if I can make sense of it and what have you. And it was wonderful, honestly.
You never know when you do something, will it impact somebody? And got proof.
Jason, genuinely, honestly, it's really, really made a difference because I used to look around and, question things. What you see, having a family and you're working, and, so you're constantly being controlled by distraction.
And do you believe in the magnets?
This is the thing, so I was brought up with NASA, and I've been to NASA, and my granddad was massive on it, and so technically, yes, I was brought up to believe in them, but the more you read into it, then it's like, nah. I don't know if we moved to space.
No, good. I asked you to watch one video on YouTube. It's called "A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Moon."
Right.
Nobody can watch that. So video it'll show you how to think everything.
Okay. Funny thing what's it called?
A funny thing happened on the way to the moon.
Right.
And that's my YouTube channel.
Give you a watch. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Excellent.
Right, thank you
Thank you very much, Dan. Thank you. Goodbye. So it's blowing your mind a little bit.
It really is.
Well, it does to people when they first realise in life. This is huge. I mean, millions of people are waking up every day. Yeah. This is my
It's gonna be a revolution. It's gonna be a revolution. It's too much. It's too much light, basically.
Yeah. There's going to be a knowledge revolution where people want answers and people want to know why we've been lied to.
Of course.
That's my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And this will be on YouTube.
Yeah, I will go on it for sure. Thank you, John.
You can show your hand because you've been very open-minded.
No, but really, I'm interested. But you want the truth. You just want to know the truth. That's all.
Absolutely.
That's all you want.
Well, yeah.
Do the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Ladies, would you like a push-up? Oh, well, curiosity is a great thing. Yeah, so we all believe that at 5 years old that we live in a ball. Water on a ball? Come on. Yeah, water on a ball. Thank you so much for coming down.
I want to thank you for the work you've been doing, both of you. Well done, well done. We need people more like you, need guys like you. Spread the word.
Thanks very much, guys.
Everybody else is going to spread the word. The truth needs to come out.
I think if other people are viewing this and they see real people like yourself coming out, that inspires other people to go and do so forth.
The biggest thing I would say is don't be shy to come out and support them, because a lot of people want to think, oh, I don't want to go there, embarrass myself. You'll find that me and this gentleman here, we never met in our life, but he went to school just across the street from me when I was a kid.
Wow.
And now it's the first time we're meeting again, and we're on the same physical plane of understanding.
And don't you think when you meet a fellow flat earther, there's an initial respect there? Because I know you've done your research. I know you've been confident, strong to stand up and say, I don't believe in that bullshit. Could I ask you a response? This is my YouTube channel. You think it's funny? Can I ask you why you think it's funny? And that's the physicist. Do you think that's mad? No, what I'm saying, you don't live on a spinning ball. But then condemnation without inquiry, is that intelligent? Condemnation without inquiry, would you class that as intelligent?
It depends what your person thinks.
And dates and questioning things, what you're told. Lunacy is actually condemning something without inquiring into it. First of all, inquire into it and then become informed and then discount it with an intelligent argument. But if we discount something without looking into it, then we're more likely to be brainwashed. Is there any possibility that you've been brainwashed? Okay, if you don't mind me saying, I don't want you to be offensive, I would say you are brainwashed. It's mad. I know you think this is mad. Most of us do when we come across it. But when you become more informed, you realise everything you have is actually a belief system. It's like scientism, religion. It's not true. It's a world of make-believe. And you're still 100% convinced you're right. Well, I can't change that. But you have... Sorry? Okay, you have a nice day too then. Right. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Someone crossed it about 4 years ago.
Okay.
And then, someone about 6 months to kind of properly grasp it.
Excellent. So you were searching for 6 months?
Yeah, I was to and fro, and I was like, how can it be?
Yeah. Well, that was me. I did 4.5 months, but yeah.
Yeah, long time.
Good.
And then accepted it. And then, I went to Spain, and I could see Morocco from Barcelona.
No, you didn't. You're lying.
No, I didn't. So it's 100 plus miles away.
Yes.
So
Okay.
Be able to see the
very tips
of the Rift Mountain.
Okay, but you can see it all.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Self-explanatory.
With independent critical thinking in a mature adult, how can water inform the steer of a ball? I could ask you without insulting you, is that a program response or is that a moaning?
Burden the proof relies on yourself to basically deny conventional scientific consensus.
Well, I would say burden the proof is on the claimant.
Yeah, well, I think you're claiming against the...
So I'm questioning for proof of that claim. I'm only asking you to please prove that claim.
No, I'm not a professional scientist, and I don't owe you an explanation.
Okay. So then, if you're being honest with yourself, you'd have to say it's second-hand information you believe in.
Yeah, but isn't all information that we process in our lives second-hand?
No.
No? So what's the first proof?
It's a Self-evident truth. There were two entities here talking.
So what self-evident truth is? Well, we got misleading on first encounter.
Can we walk before we run? Is it a fact that two entities here talking? People can be very opinionated, but when put on the spot to question the claims or give evidence, they storm off in the huff and become really uncomfortable.
Very enlightening. This is because up until about a week ago, the question that the Earth wasn't this spherical ball whizzing through space and rotating around the sun was never questioned in my mind. I never had cause to question it. In the light of bumping into you today and watching a YouTube video about a week ago, it really has opened my mind and my ears and my eyes and all of my physical senses and even my non-physical senses into thinking that we're not really being told the truth by everybody. Don't know why, not quite sure who's behind it or why they would be behind it, but something isn't right.
So why are you being sarcastic? A difference of opinion. Yeah, you're a troll.
I'm not a troll.
You're a professional troll.
I'm not a professional.
So why are you sarcastic to people? Sorry?
I'm a professional troll. I'm a heckler.
Yes,
it's different. It's an English tradition. It's the heckler in the back.
I just told you that. I just told you that.
Yeah, of course.
And you denied it.
I'm happy about that. You put that on the internet too, that you think I'm a troll. I'm not a troll, I'm a heckler. Trolls follow people around to troll them. You're standing in public talking bollocks.
So is there any possibility that you could have been lied about what you did?
What, in the office?
Yeah. Is there any possibility?
Yeah, of course there is. But I get lied to most nights when I watch the news.
You watch the news?
Yeah, do you know what I mean? They only tell you what they want you to know.
Do you think that's brainwashing though?
Of course. Aren't we all?
If you look at them on the spacewalk, you can see bubbles coming from the helmet. So they're underwater.
Oh yeah, that spacewalk thing.
Yeah,
I'm not, you know, the man on the moon thing.
Yeah, you'd never believe that.
Not really sure about that.
So why do you think you'd be lying about that then?
Because we lie about everything. It's all about money, isn't it?
There's no magic edge we fall off. But we think there's a boundary and an ice wall that changes all the waters. That's my personal view, but everybody may have a different take on that.
Do you know, I wouldn't be surprised.
No.
I wouldn't
They
be
lie
surprised.
about everything else.
They do lie about everything else.
Yeah.
For their own gain, for money, or like you say, for control.
Absolutely. You see, and this is one of the biggest things on the internet right now. People are waking up and realising, I've believed everything I've said, I've been told. I can't prove it anything myself.
But then people go through their whole life not questioning anything,
Absolutely.
don't they? And it's conforming and it's just for a quiet life.
Yeah.
And they rely on that.
They rely on people acting like that. They're easier to control. Don't you worry about it, we'll tell you. And don't you worry, we'll look after you. Just accept our new laws and regulations and just be a good citizen.
Which are getting more and more and more and more.
Restricting our freedoms.
Oh, restricting everything.
Or sacrifice security for safety. But it's not safety, it's more loss of freedoms and control. Yeah. And keep you in debt, keep you enslaved on a job, 9 to 5. You know, it's not freedom, is it?
But the problem with this, with your science and with what's it? This is something. It's all established on your, this complete belief system that you have to have on these theories, laid on theories, laid on theories. But it is. It's a belief system. Sorry.
How do you explain tides?
Okay, tides.
Yeah.
As in, like twice a day, all these tides, and different heights all over. I mean, like, why doesn't the moon have? What's it the same? What's it gravitational pull on every part of the Earth? And yet you've got so every part of the sea.
The differences in gravitational effect of the moon over the surface of the Earth.
Okay. So it's not gravitational pull.
No, it is. It is gravitational effect.
It is.
But it is due to the difference in gravitation. It's not a first order effect. It is a second order effect.
Okay.
Because the variation in the moon's gravity creates some areas where the acceleration is more towards the moon and some areas where it's further away.
Okay.
And actually, it's not just the pulling out.
So why large bodies of water, like I don't know, like the Dead Sea, Black Sea, and all that? How come that they've got no tides? Does it not? Does the moon not have any pull on them, or does the second effect thing?
The Suez Canal is 160 kilometers long, through level from end to end. I asked you if I put 10 of them back to back, I could get to America. because they get so big. That's nonsense. If you still think that ships can go down over a body of water, a curving body of water, and find their way eventually back up again, you are still brainwashed by your educational indoctrination system provided to you free of charge by your government, who would rather have you kept down. They would rather have your mind kept small by your Netflix, by your sports, by your cookery shows, by your pornography. They would rather you look at that and look at these scientists like Hawking and Dawkins and all these other fools. Let me tell you, they are deceivers of the highest order.
Anyway,
I have.
Have you? Anything else around it?
What is he filming now? What are you actually filming?
Is it around it?
Where's your YouTube channel? It's round.
It's round. Okay, that's fine. No. We know which category you're in. It's cool. It's fun.
Yeah.
Awesome that you're doing this, and I love the fact that it's coming out.
No means out there, as long as she's got to have it. Baby, you're a perfect 10. I wanna get in, let me come get some act that way. I like the way you work, so digging. I got to bag it up. I like the way you work, so digging. I got to bag it up. Come on, Tara. I like the way you work, so digging. I got to bag it up. I like the way you work, so digging. I got to bag it up.
We're wearing badges today that we got from David Gessner. Massive thank you to David Gessner. Also for these that we're going to be handing out. We've got loads, thanks to David. Massive thank you for sending these over to us. They're really cool. They look like they're very hard wearing, durable. And thank you to David, because we're on the website as well. So it's like a one-stop shop. So we're going to be handing these out today too. And Kimmy, I brought your stickers up, and if any flat earthers come out to meet us, I'm going to be giving them the flat earth stickers that you made. And there we have it. Robin's clips put together for the highlights up to Oxford so far. I really enjoyed that. What a lovely way to end the hangout. Guys, I want to thank you very much for being with me this evening and being patient enough to go through that clip there. And before we go this evening, I just want to give a shout out to everybody in the chat room. So Tapper777, Sun and Moon Family United, thanks for tuning in. Astro King, Lifting the Lid, Robin, thank you very much for still being here with us. Marilyn Wisby, Stephen Watson, Lou, Effie Mail, Gonna Do, Infinite Loops, Flat Earth Dude, Flat Earth Fokker, thanks so much for tuning in. Stephen Watson, I think I've said you already. Infinite Loops, Jin, CBR1, thanks so much for tuning in. Drew Inner Earth, thanks for tuning in. Dagon Morningstar, thanks so much for being here with us. Isis King, thanks so much for tuning in, darling. The Brain, thanks so much for tuning in. Ricardo, thanks for being here with us. Angel Raven 444, thanks so much for tuning in and taking the time out to be with us for the Global Eye UK Tour update of Swindon. Tomorrow is London, Hyde Park, Speaker's Corner, midday onwards. I'm taking a deep breath because I know tomorrow is going to be a long one. It always has been. Even in the rain, it's been a long one. Mm-hmm. It's never been a quick one. So there's going to be multiple live feeds for people to choose from tomorrow. We've got other people coming out to join forces with us to go and speak about this most important subject live. All of the links for everyone's channels are in the description. How to donate also in the description. Every piece of other information you could possibly want to do with this subject is in the description. Guys, is there anything you want to say before we wrap up for the night?
Well, thanks for having us again, Roxanne. Been great. And looking forward to tomorrow. Can't wait.
Yeah.
My pleasure. And Francis Hill is in the chat room, guys. Thanks so much for being here, darling. we saw a lovely conversation you uploaded, Dave.
Oh yeah, that was cool, wasn't it? To snatch that. Initially, Harry didn't know I was filming, so that was pretty cool. But if you believe they put a man on the moon, and if you believe they put a man on the moon, and nothing is cool, something like that.
Nice.
Yeah, that's my little parting shot for the evening.
Excellent.
Nice. All right, chat room. We'll be live tomorrow from about midday onwards. Hope to see you there. Click the notification bells on the channels, and we'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Thanks so much for being here with us.